Hi, everybody. Happy Easter. It's Joe Cioffi here on this Sunday, a little past 10 a.m. Eastern time. Just figured I'd do a quick live stream this morning about what's happening weather-wise. We have winter weather advisories that have been posted, preemptive because they don't go into effect until tonight. So we'll just bring up the warnings and watches map here and to show you there is quite a bit going on for the first Sunday and the first day in April. The winter weather advisories for southern Connecticut, Long Island, back to the southern areas of the Hudson Valley, basically south of Route 84. New York City included, most of New Jersey except the southern third, almost all of eastern Pennsylvania except the northeastern corner, extending back to south central Pennsylvania. And actually on the western end of that, there's a winter storm watch up for west central PA and western Maryland because of the fact that there's probably going to be some elevation-driven amounts that'll be running up into winter storm watch criteria. So I guess that's just sort of a precautionary and preemptive. Meanwhile, you can see the strip of winter weather advisories from central Illinois into northern Missouri, back through the central plains. This is that weather system that is developing and moving very rapidly to the east. Watches in eastern Montana. We have warnings in central Montana. That is going to be with the next storm system that's going to be right behind the one for Monday. This one is going to be coming in for Tuesday. So it's a very, very busy, active weather pattern for this whole week. And we're probably going to have more weather issues to deal with at some point. Now, as far as what's going on this morning is concerned, I just want to show you the local radar. There's a dying cold front that has us in some leftover clouds, and you can see what's left of two lines of showers, one offshore, another one back up through upstate New York and into eastern PA. That's all going to fall apart in the next hour or two. And by this afternoon, it should be partly to mostly sunny in most of the area. But the next weather system is moving quick, and we are going to cloud up tonight. There are no weather issues. Let me just make clear, no weather issues for today in terms of travel for my area, eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Hudson Valley, New York City, Long Island, southern New England. So you should be able to go wherever you'd like without any problem. No problems for the first part of tonight. If you are traveling, I would say through the evening up until maybe about 1 or 2 a.m. If you are traveling that late, there are no weather issues at all. So, don't worry about, snow arriving this evening. That isn't going to happen. We are all waiting for the time frame that's going to be basically from about 3 or 4 a.m. To about 8 or 9 a.m. on Monday morning. So this is the map on the NAM model by 8 o'clock tonight. You can see that snow is nowhere close. And you can also see, how fast this thing is moving because, it's really racing northeastward like a rocket ship here. This is by 5 a.m. on Monday. It is snowing everywhere and pretty much in Pennsylvania. The darker blues will probably be where you get the accumulating snow throughout much of southern, south central, southeastern, and eastern Pennsylvania, up into northern New Jersey. And notice, the southern edge of that actually starts off as rain. Now, this time of year, given how warm it's going to be in the day side today with temperatures in the 50s to near 60, if it starts off briefly as rain, don't be surprised. But then, it quickly goes over to snow. It's a 4 to 6 hour snow event. Models are very consistent. There really hasn't been too much change in this. By 8 a.m., the snow is over with in eastern Pennsylvania. This is actually 9 a.m., 9 to 10 a.m. in eastern Pennsylvania, and then by 11 a.m. it's done in New York City. It really just takes off like a rocket ship. Doesn't make it to the northern edge of the snow does make it to Boston. Now, bear in mind, again, that this being the time of year that it snows at night, it'll stick. It'll stick probably to colder surfaces, most but not all paved surfaces. Maybe the heavy traveled roads are probably not going to have a problem out of this. Side roads may see a bit of an accumulation. And then once we get past, say, 8 or 9 o'clock, if it's still snowing where you are, it's all going to melt so fast. So this is not, it's not like a snowfall in January. And we're not, unless you get a really heavy burst of snow that lasts a couple of hours, it's going to be completely manageable. And certainly in the context of the past snowfalls of the last month, it's nothing that's going to come anywhere close to that. So do not worry. And then it's long gone. The Yankee home opener tomorrow, it's going to be cold with temperatures probably no higher than the low 40s by the time the game gets underway. It may actually still be in the 30s if there's a lot of cloud cover. And you can see, by the way, the next storm system by Monday night already producing snows up in northern Wisconsin, back up through Minnesota and the Dakotas. I'll switch over to the GFS model at this point to take you forward on this. And that snow spreads up into the lakes. So much of Wisconsin, except the south, much of Minnesota, in through the eastern Dakotas, and then on up into the northern areas of Michigan and the Upper Peninsula. So likely to see numerous winter storm watches and warnings eventually going up for this area here. And then that low brings the next warm front, cold front combination into the east on Tuesday. So we'll be seeing temperatures rising with a warm front going by, and by Wednesday, with a cold front approaching, we're likely to see temperatures in the 60s and maybe even some warm spots approaching 70 before a cold front moves through and a shot of cold air finishes off the week. And without getting too meteorological, we got in the long range, we have another cold front coming through on Friday and the possibility of some kind of coastal wave here next weekend. But that is speculation that I will leave for tomorrow after this first thing is done, because there's just way too much going on in the short range, and there is way too much going on in everybody's life because of the fact that it is Easter and it is also Passover, and those things really come front and center here, folks. The weather is fun and exciting, but it's a holiday, so as I said, we're going to keep it minimal today. Let me just say a quick hi to everybody here. Happy Easter to all. I'm just trying to read through all your comments here. Legendary Immortality says, I'm in love with snow. I truly am, but I'm looking forward towards severe weather like squalls and strong winds. Even remember seeing some circulation before it was a large area of it. Well, I don't know about the severe weather part of it, and I can understand the weather value of what you're saying, but yeah, I kind of wish it's over with. And no doubt, Tam Lewis, backloaded winter, it seems to be, and it looks to me like this pattern is going to carry into the long range until about maybe the middle of the month, and then maybe it'll break into something else. At least that's the hope or the plan. It's getting awfully tiresome here to have to deal with this. Particularly because how tough March was. If March had been an easier month, this would be a minor inconvenience, really, but it's kind of psychologically at the point where you just want it over with. And Shelly Man Studios looking by way of Florida. Jason Schaefer wants cold air can come in quickly enough tonight. It is. It's going to, Jason. That's going to happen. It's the intensity, too, by the way, of this precip where, we are seeing models produce anywhere between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch of liquid. So, that in a 4 to 6 hour time frame, that's pretty hefty. And in the atmosphere really is going to cool off. A strong dynamic cooling going to be occurring. So don't be surprised if you see some really nice size flakes, by the way. They could be certainly the size of $half or maybe even the size of small pancakes. Would not at all surprise me. And let's see. Timothy Veltman, the stream flow is going to be for trout fishermen on this opening day. I'm not sure for what rivers you're referring to, but I'm not paying too much attention to that yet. Although I got a fishing trip coming up in a few weeks, which is good, and I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. No real worries. ZEUK 416B. I should take a look at what's really fast. Let me just really fast. You just reminded me we'll take a look at what's happening in the UK. I did notice a couple of headlines about heavy rain in Holland, probably with that ocean storm. But before I speak too soon, we'll just do this real fast, and then we'll call it a day and get everybody out of here and to do their thing. Okay, so let's go to Europe. And okay, now we were looking at maybe some snow on the northern fringe of this storm that is rotating around east of Ireland, and you can see it here by tomorrow morning up into Scotland, it looks like. That low is just going to sit there and rotate around and around through Tuesday and into Wednesday. And actually, it swings into the North Sea, some snow and cold air being funneled down from Greenland and Iceland on the backside. So maybe some snow on the backside of this in a few places Tuesday on Wednesday. And then we've got the next Atlantic system for the end of the week and into next weekend. So looks kind of busy on your side of the world as it is on my side. So happy Easter, and I know you guys have the day after Easter off too in most of Europe because you like doing those 3-day weekends, and I understand that. Easter being as big a holiday as it is, kind of deserves to have the next day off as a way of recovery. So everybody eat well, eat heartily. Happy Easter to you, and we will see you tomorrow. Also note, by the way, I do have posts up on the website, meteorologistjoecioffi.com, and I'll put a couple of other ones up a bit later on, including all the National Weather Service snow forecast maps from Virginia to New England. So if you're traveling in that area and you want to see who's forecast to get what where, you can check that out on the website, meteorologistjoecioffi.com. Happy Easter. Have a great day. We will see you guys tomorrow.